waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go now. Let's go. Pick your game up.
2nd and 2. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Yo. Watch the safety creep.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Check
McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. On the double. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Keystone travel. Yo, go. Hit it.
First carry for Raquel Armstead. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Now. Go.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And connecting here with DJ Shark. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Well, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Coaching spell. Now.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. He hits White, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
60 outlaw. Hey, Haywood. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. 61, Matchbox Lights. Shit. Hey, Delta. Check 24. Kill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
22 jet bomber. Check. Lucky. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And he'll find Hall. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Check. Rush in. Go. Switch.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On second down, Armstead. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set 18 Gator. Watch QB drop. Bravo.
Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Watch it decline. Hey, here we go. Watch 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, orbit.
Mike 5-5.
Yep.
Mike 5-5. I'm coming after you.
Now Minshew. He's got White here. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Go.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. This one caught by his tight end Oliver. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check. Crunch.
General West. Shoot.
It'll be Minshew again. And this is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Yeah. Ready?
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, it's White. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
It's caught. This is White. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for the Bengals. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
A give running right is Armstead. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey. Get it.
Minshew sets to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This is Armstead on the carry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
18 Gator.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Now.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
We got three.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get ready.
Go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Defenders take over 1st and 10.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's McCaffrey, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Check.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
He's coming, double up. Switch.
McCaffrey. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Kill.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Get this down to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, ah. This thing's pretty well done, but they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Minshew. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Down. 60 yards. Roll out.
You got nothing. Pick that.
Go.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
2nd and 1. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Christian McCaffrey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room. Hey, check right.
Yep.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Watch the run.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. It's a gator. Got double.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Cincinnati, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they